bare-knuckle bout, and making his way to the ring now, Elmar GUSEYNOV. Five and one in the bare-knuckle arena, the man from Azerbaijan.
Встречаем его соперника, который займет золотой угол. Он из России и носит прозвище «Бешеный бык» Вячеслав MESHCHERKIN. Представляю вам соперников и первым бойца в черном углу. Ему 24 года, рост 175 сантиметров, вес 72,55 килограмма. Его профессиональный рекорд 5 побед и только одно поражение. Дамы и господа, он мастер спорта, чемпион мира и призер чемпионатов России по боксу, представляющий Азербайджан, а ныне тренирующийся в Люберцах, Россия. Вот он, Эльмар Гусейнов. А вот и его соперник в золотом углу. Ему 29 лет, рост 175 сантиметров, вес 72,7 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 9 побед при 5 поражениях. Дамы и господа, он кандидат в мастера спорта по тайскому боксу и кикбоксингу из Омска, Россия. Приветствуйте, Вячеслав «Бешеный бык» MESHCHERKIN.
So 3 2-minute rounds.
Парни, все знаете, все умеете, подсказывать вам не буду. Пусть победит сильнейший, все время защищайте себя по углам, пора начинать.
MESHCHERKIN in the white, GUSEYNOV in the black. It's set at 73 kilos, a catch weight of 73 kilos. And GUSEYNOV in the southpaw stance, MESHCHERKIN in the orthodox. Very good balance, the pair of them. And it's interesting to watch these fights compared to pro boxing because they are lighter on their feet. People don't really want to set those feet. You can do damage. You can do plenty of damage punching on the move. Your feet don't need to be set to do damage in bare knuckle. And so rather than just freeze those feet for that split second to give yourself the opportunity to really punch hard, fighters often don't really do that because often that means that you can get caught yourself. That's the gamble, that's the roll of the dice in pro boxing, isn't it? You slow everything down to give yourself the best possible chance of landing, accepting that whilst you're trying to do that, you could get landed on. The consequences of getting landed on, even with something half decent in bare knuckle, are big. A solid jab can close an eye in a matter of seconds. No one's really landed anything in this opening round so far. throws that left hand and then immediately moves onto the shoulder, and it's quite a clever move. Really commit and then make it difficult for your opponent to counter by just getting straight onto the shoulder. Very difficult to judge who's won this opening round. Maybe MESHCHERKIN has been the one who's been trying to be more aggressive than GUSEYNOV. No one's really landed much, as I said. There goes the bell. Well, that left hand just about got through. There wasn't much left on it by the time it landed. That could be enough.
Покажи капу. Второй раунд. Файт!
MESHCHERKIN coming out quick at the start of round 2. He's in the white, GUSEYNOV in the black. Big right hand, but again, it didn't quite land. He manages to stay just out of the way of it there, GUSEYNOV. He's looking very aggressive here, MESHCHERKIN. Maybe feels like he might have dropped that opening round. A bit wild from MESHCHERKIN at times. GUSEYNOV is the better schooled of the two, but MESHCHERKIN again half landed a couple of punches there. I don't think anything really got through to the head. A right hand over the top there from GUSEYNOV. Same thing kind of landed. No one's marked up at all, which 3 minutes into a bare-knuckle contest is pretty unusual. There's that straight left hand, but there just really isn't much on it there from GUSEYNOV. As I said at the start, there doesn't need to be to do some damage, but he's got to put a bit more on it than that. That straight left has got a good chance of landing, because MESHCHERKIN, when he really lets go, tends to throw wide. He doesn't throw straight all that much. Look for an uppercut there, MESHCHERKIN. I don't think it got through absolutely clean, but it hit something. Both just swinging right at the end of the round there, and again another tight round, a round in which MESHCHERKIN was absolutely aggressor, but did he really land much? But then again, you could say the same about GUSEYNOV. Well, that right hand did land, and he took that really, really well. And I think MESHCHERKIN did enough in that second round. I think he probably did enough in the first round, to be honest. There's that short little left. But that was a solid looking right hand that landed on GUSEYNOV, and it didn't do any visible damage, which is quite unusual. So one more round left, 2-minute rounds in bare-knuckle.
Третий раунд. Заключительный.
Третий. Файт! Стоп! Отпускай. Отпускай. Пускай. Файт.
So into the final round. And again, he looks for that big winging overhand right. MESHCHERKIN. he just needs to try and slow everything down a bit, but that is easier said than done. As I said, in bare knuckle, often fighters can tend to fight a bit like big cats on hot tin roofs, because you don't want to be in one place too long. You can't stand in the middle of the ring and trade. It's not that kind of contest. I think almost lands with the heel of the palm now as he tried to throw the uppercut on the inside. I'm not commentated on much bare knuckle. I think this is bout number 4 that I've covered. 2 in Istanbul a year ago and 2 tonight. But these 2 so far are probably the least visibly damaged of the participants I've seen. You wouldn't actually know that they've been in a fight, which is very unusual. It's not something you often see. Into the final 30 seconds. Final few seconds. And they both raise their hands at the end of the fight. Guseynov feels like he's done enough. I think MESHCHERKIN will be confident that he's the one who's done enough. He threw much more than his opponent. It's not about that. It's about what you land, of course. But in a fight where not much landed from either one, which was the case, the fighter who was looking to push the action harder will, I think, get some credit for that from the judges. He seems confident. He did land some decent shots. But I think the same can be said for MESHCHERKIN. Well, this is taking some time, which often means that it's close. And the MC has to be absolutely sure of what he's saying. Then it's Lebedev. He seems to have a contribution to make there. Al Siesta, IBA.PRO promoter in the front row there, just on the right. Not a man you would be rushing to argue with, Denis Lebedev.
По завершении поединка обратимся к судейским запискам. Итак, 29-28 Гусейнов, 30-27 MESHCHERKIN и 29-28 раздельным решением судей. Победу одержал Elmar Guseynov.
So Guseynov gets it. He was confident at the end of the fight to be justified. because he has got. But didn't seem to connect with all that much either. But he's got the decision.